Welcome back on Mode. Today I want to propose you a video about the unboxing review about the WarCry Teratic Cohort. This box in particular, it's the second release of such miniatures, because has been released before a box that was containing this Teratic Cohort and Sylvanet and also another shiny feature. But I was not interested in that because obviously it costed more, and I was not interested in the part about the shiny feature and moreover about the Sylvanet part, and had no one to half it. So I decided to risk and wait, because remember that it's not so sure that what happened to be in the boxes, then it's also released separately. But I was lucky, and then has been released such box that wow, finally, really, I was even thinking about buying 2 of these, because it's something that I love to have for Age of Sigmar, and moreover, this Centauri that it's in the face of the box, it's something that I was waiting for, because remember that I made my own Kentaurus, that it's a Liege Kentaurus, and I'll give you the link in the description if you're interested about. So here we have a Centaurus that I'm really quite loving. Technically, I yet seen something, but we'll see. It's a lot more similar to a Kavalos Centari than to a Liege Kavalos, because it's smaller. But really, it was something that I wanted to have, and anyway, I'm going to play with such miniatures in my armies about Age of Sigmar for the Bonereapers, or at least some of my roosters will contain also such units, so I wanted to have this. So now we see the box, and then we can open this. So we can see about the box, the front, that sincerely, even if you want to demolish the box itself, I suggest you to keep some things. For example, cut off the symbol, this image, because I think that it's something. Also here we have this image that it's something amazing. Remember that it's technically a monoculus one, so nice. Here we can see there is also such image that could become, for example, a bookmark. Really, it's quite simple. Also this image, it's something amazing, you can cut off and so on. And then we can see the contents inside as a miniature. So the harpies, that I think that they are really quite one. Here we have the Mortec Dystopian. Here, even if you're going to not be using them as their ARF, so for these could be as a sort of champion for the Mortal Guard or for other units for the Bonereapers, so I think that it's nice. Here we have these that are the beasts that are inside, so it's quite tricky. We have also an alternative version, and so it means that I have quite a lot of interesting parts related about what I can modify or saving some sprues to convert other models, so it's nice. And here we have the Kavalos Centari, the Kavalos Centari. As you can see, the base is much smaller than a Liege Kavalos, and so it's amazing. I like, really. It's something that I quite appreciate. And even if it ended that this squad will be going to be dismissed, anyway, it's not a problem, because this could be becoming the champion of a Kavalos Centari unit. So anyway, all these things could be recovered in other ways. Also, these ones could be, for example, used to gain something, and really quite a lot of options you have. You only need to redistribute the roles, so really quite nice. So what it's missing is to open this and see the contents. So we can see the basing. Here we have the 64-35mm one, that it's for the Centauri Kavalos, so it's, as I say, the normal Cavalry one. Here we can see this basing. We have different bases here. We had the 32mm one that are for the Mortisan Cyclopean, and the other that are 28.5mm one that are for the Harpies and the Prowlers. So it's something that it's really quite useful. And then we can see about the models themselves. We can find the wings of the Harpies that are amazing, and the bodies are really quite amazing in detail. See, these ones are fantastic, really quite lovely ones. And here we can see also about the Centari, that it's simply fantastic, really. So quite a lot of interesting parts, because eventually remember that you can study these ones to create your own ones using the other parts. So combine, for example, the Liege Kavalos with other models to gain, so have an idea about the proportions eventually. So I think that it's really quite intriguing one, and I quite love. I'm really quite want to build up my Centauri here and compare this with my Kentaurus, because my one surely it's bigger, but this has a different vibe, and I quite like. I really love to have both of them together on the battlefield, eventually convert also other models to create an army that it's Kavalos related mainly, or anyway with a lot of models that had a lot of modification, because the Bonereapers can do that, and I really quite love what amazing ones. Anyway, in the pack there were not only the part about the Miniatures, but also this, that it's the card pack, that it's about WarCry. So what we need is to open this and see the contents. And I wanted to save it for last, because it's something that I can open only once. So let's see. So let's see about the contents. Here are the instructions that as usually can be really quite useful. I suggest you to study them eventually if you want to modify or monetize or convert, because there could be a really good referral about, so it's always useful. Here have the cards that are translated in different languages, so we can find these ones, and they could be really quite intriguing one. And behind we have also the various rules, so remember that you have also these ones, and it could be quite intriguing. Eventually you can use the other language that you don't use usually to cut these parts and keep, or to learn a bit of languages could be useful to translate. And then have these that are the cards, and here are the power of the cards themselves. We have for all the different units, so as you can see it's really quite intriguing, and sincerely I suggest you to try to use them, because if you think about these ones could be really quite intriguing, for example to cut off the images, because you can use or keep saved, or eventually cut a part, or use them as a sort of little whiskers, so you can simply cover the part about the WarCry part and write on it the characteristic about Age of Sigmar, for example. So it could be used in a lot of different ways, and I think that it's an amazing one, because they can be really used in a lot of different ways. And the back, it's nice. It's a way to personalize. So sincerely I suggest you eventually to think about how to use them, because they have quite a lot of big potential, and I quite like, because you can use these as I say markers or so on for activities of Age of Sigmar, and really a lot of different options, quite nice. So what to say about such box? Sincerely I bought this box because I needed the miniatures themselves. I don't play WarCry, so I need them for Age of Sigmar. But remember that it's not a must-have, it's something that you have to like, because for example in my situation I didn't need completely the models, because I made my Liege Kavalos, I could make without any problem these Centauri, so it's not a problem, because my Kentaurus are done, and the other models are not too much difficult to modify or so on, so in a way it was possible to convert from zero, but it's not a problem, because I liked such models, and so I decided to buy them. I had to remember that these models are official for Age of Sigmar now. It doesn't mean that they will remain like this. Think about Canaan, that now it's not anymore available and usable other than legends for the Bonereapers in Age of Sigmar. So don't worry too much about I need them or I don't need them. Eventually you can find them as a substitute for these models, but remember that to be recognizable, so you have to make them really quite aside from the other one, because you need to know that they are the Teratic Cohort. Still, I'm glad to buy this one. I'm a bit pity that I haven't bought another one. Maybe in the future, I don't know, we'll see. But it's quite worth. In my opinion, it's really something that add to my army of Bonereapers as styling. So I'm really quite glad, and I appreciate them quite a lot. So, from that mode, it's everything. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell so to receive notification about new video, to comment under here about this video, or if you want to suggest me new videos. So, I hope to see you again to the next time.